E3 is just days away, and we don't know everything that we're going to see there, not by a long shot, but we thought we'd take a moment and count down our top 10 most anticipated games that we're going to see at E3, starting with the return of Assassin's Creed. The Assassin's Creed franchise returns with a game that could take us back to its roots in ancient Egypt. Not much is known about the game other than a leaked image and logo, but Ubisoft has stated in the past that they've learned a lot since the days of Assassin's Creed Unity, and whatever the next Assassin's Creed game is, it should be something to look forward to. Less emphasis on microtransactions and more focus on a cohesive story, cool characters, and lots of diverse activities, please, Ubisoft.
I believe I know someone who can help with that. I knew you would, Greenie.
Ancient Egypt sounds like an incredible setting for a brand new game, but if you're like me, you want to return to the worlds of Borderlands with number 9 on our list. Gearbox underwhelmed with Battleborn, so E3 is probably a great time for the studio to return to the game series that really put them on the world stage, Borderlands. A new Borderlands game has been confirmed to be in development by Gearbox boss Randy Pitchford, and a sample image of what the game may look something like was shown off at an Unreal presentation at GDC this year. If we see a new Borderlands, it should look terrific and take advantage of the new hardware of the Xbox Scorpio and PS4 Pro, as well as all of the latest and greatest features of Unreal Engine 4. It'll be interesting to see if there will be any mechanics pulled in from Battleborn, or if the team has been influenced by the success of Overwatch. I've already started collecting Borderlands loot in my mind, and if you can hear that, coming in at number 8 is the sound of collecting an orb in Crackdown. It's been an incredibly long time since the last Crackdown, 7 years in fact. So much has changed in the video game industry and in pop culture since that time. Superheroic characters are on our screens every day, and open-world games have reached a level of breathtaking maturity. Still, to this day, the Crackdown games and their addictive loops are continuously referenced in new video games. And any game led by Grand Theft Auto co-creator David Jones has us sitting on the edge of our seat in anticipation, especially one that's going to be running on the most powerful game console ever created, the Xbox Project Scorpio.
We go to work.
We don't know a lot about number 7 on our list, except that we want to play Cyberpunk 2077 as soon as we possibly can. CD Projekt Red's brand new open-world role-playing game, Cyberpunk 2077, is still a mystery and a long way off, but The Witcher 3 was so incredible, and this team has evolved to become so strong that this adventure has a prime spot on our can't-wait list. We honestly don't know how much of the game will be shown off, but we're hoping to see a little more than the tiny glimpse we've seen so far at either the PlayStation or Xbox press conferences. From a massive open-world sci-fi game to a slickly produced adventure title, Detroit Become Human is number 6. David Cage and his team at Quantic Dream have always endeavored to make storytelling in video games much more than about the cutscenes. With Detroit Become Human running on PlayStation 4 horsepower, the visuals are much closer to the photoreal holy grail that Quantic Dream's games have aspired to achieve in the past. The story centers around our ability to accept synthetic robotic humanoids as citizens, or not. The subject is topical, and the production values are out of this world. Considering there are familiar themes echoed in fiction like Blade Runner, we are more than a little intrigued. We can't wait to get our hands on and wrap our minds around this one.
My name is Kara. I am one of them. This is our story.
Yes, we need to think about a world filled with robot citizens. That is crazy, dude. With number 5, we head back to a galaxy far, far away. It's already been revealed that Battlefront 2 addresses the biggest missing component of EA's first title, a single-player story mode. What's also refreshing about that is we will play through the story from the vantage point of the dark side and through all 3 eras of the cinematic Star Wars galaxy. The game clearly looks incredible, building on the fine work DICE did with the first title, and it'll be great to enjoy enhancements like riding a Tauntaun or catching up with characters like Rey and Kylo Ren. Number 4 on our list is a fresh take on a franchise that we never could have expected. We were shocked to see that Kratos and his son were an emotional high point at Sony's E3 presence last year, but this year we want to see how freaking badass a PS4 amped up version of Kratos can get. God of War is one of the most satisfying action franchises in the video game industry, and although embellishing the gameplay with characters that we care about is awesome, we didn't come for the tears. This year, God of War will be playable and likely utterly devastating. We can't wait. Speaking of expanding and exploring new territory, here's Mario like we've never played him before at number 3. Nintendo's reveal of Super Mario Odyssey earlier this year was exciting and strange. We'd never expected to see Mario standing beside characters that looked more human than him. But the idea of a more open, hub-based, exploration-heavy Mario adventure in the vein of Mario 64 and Sunshine has us extremely excited. Particularly because, with the quality of Zelda, Mario Kart, and ARMS, it looks like Nintendo is playing for keeps on the Switch. Full-sized Mario and Zelda games on a Nintendo system in the same year, it's unheard of. All right, back to our list. Our spidey senses are tingling for number 2. Insomniac was the perfect developer to be handed the web shooters for a brand new Spidey adventure. The game is not based on the upcoming Tom Holland movie, but it has clearly benefited by the years of experience Insomniac has with moving characters around in some really cool ways. Even in these early glimpses, this game looks incredible, and I've always said Spider-Man may be the best video game character of all time because it's just fun moving him around. Can't wait to see how Insomniac handles creating a living, breathing New York City. This is easily one of the most exciting PS4 exclusives headed our way. Swinging around Manhattan is going to be a blast, but it doesn't have us as excited as exploring the vast open-world frontier of the number 1 most anticipated game on our list. Rockstar has delayed the game, but that hasn't dimmed our hype or hopes for this sequel one bit. The last Red Dead game was one of the most engrossing interactive escapes ever conceived, and with all of the video game horsepower available to Rockstar, not to mention the knowledge they've gained from the massive success of Grand Theft Auto 5, it should help make Red Dead Redemption 2 the best game of 2018. Yeah, I said it. Come at me, Haas. Now, there are tons of other deserving titles that we didn't mention in this list, and we can't wait to learn more about Amy Hennig's Star Wars game, Crystal Dynamics' Avengers title, hopefully there's a tease for a new Rocksteady Batman game, and of course, we finally get to see Xbox's Project Scorpio in action. But the best thing about E3 are all the unknowns. We can't wait to discover them along with you all throughout E3. Bear and I will be live streaming the press conferences over the weekend and on Monday, and then Blake and I are headed to the show floor to get some hands-on and some cool new interviews with developers. And then next week, Ben Silverman, Jose Sanchez, Steve Tilley, and I will get together to wrap up what is surely going to be an awesome E3. So there you have it. There's our top 10 most anticipated list. We're going to have a blast with E3 this year. Keep it locked right here to EPN, and don't forget to hit subscribe.